Well, I mean, I have a lot of plays that I just have in my head if it's a close game and what we need to do. And another team ran that against us, and when April in practice, when she was being the other team, she was very successful. So I'm like, let's just go to it. And it was for her to obviously go one-on-one to the hole with Lisa diving to the opposite block, and if somebody was coming over to help, then Courtney was going to be wide open to the deep corner. So, we got a blocking call, which is great, and April didn't see the basket, but the ball went in, so that's all that matters.
Sharon, did you feel like she carried you a little bit offensively when some others were struggling there through the first 30-ish minutes?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you got to let the game come to you, and when we're just trying to be one-on-one players, we're not as successful. When we really can set each other up, we didn't have a lot of sets in the first half, and then the second half we had 14. And we're just much better when somebody's passing us the basketball. And she was 3 for 3, looking, making sure that give her the basketball. And then when she was able to get to the hole, her and KK finally got that speed to be able to get to the basket and score some layup scores.
Coach, you've won some low-scoring games here after your first 9 games have been in the 60s and above. That is, how important is it to be able to win these low-scoring, grinded-out games with the Big Ten play right around the corner?
Well, it's very important. Like I was telling our team, this might be one of the toughest schedules we've ever had here at Purdue, besides our first year. And, it's very important. And when we're scoring a lot of points, all the teams are playing this zone. The last 3 games, when we haven't had a lot of point production, teams have played us man. So obviously we've got to clean some things up man-to-man wise. We got to be able to execute, because in the Big Ten everybody knows everything that you're going to do. So, but very pleased, very excited that we're 9-2. We're still, obviously a ranked team, and we're in the top 10 RPI. So, for me, I look at the strength of schedule. I don't look at top 25. I look at who's playing some great competition.
April, just from a confidence standpoint, coach, to call your number in that situation. I know you had an option to dish it out, but what's that mean for you and where she sees your game at right now to be called on in that situation?
I think it's big. I think it just shows that she's trusted me. I've grown up a lot from last year, and I think last year's experience just helped me out a lot.
KK, how much does it help you guys that when you and Courtney are struggling a little bit, that you have another perimeter player who can score it?
I mean, I think it's great that everyone can score on our team. We don't want to depend on just me and Courtney to score all the time. And April's just been knocking down shots lately and getting to the hoop, and it's been huge for us.
KK, throughout the first part of this game, they were stopping you in transition, but how important was it to keep attacking? Maybe when you didn't have all the numbers, but to keep pushing the ball and maybe get some better looks that way.
Right. We were just really hesitant the first half coming in transition. A little bit of their defense, but more just so we just weren't being aggressive like we usually do. After halftime, coach just said that this needs to change, and we were just more aggressive, attacking, and then they were covering in, and we would be able to kick out or keep attacking.
Sharon, was there any concern coming home that you'd have a little bit of a let-up, or did you feel like they were still going to be able to keep their foot on the gas a little bit?
No, I thought they'd keep their foot on the gas. I mean, they probably didn't sleep in their own beds for over 2.5 weeks, so it was just nice to take a breath. It'll be better for them to go home and totally get away from basketball. That just refreshes everything. So I thought we'd be ready. I think, playing at home was great. The fans always get us going, and and I think our defense is really stepping up, and that's where you're going to win some games.
Lisa, just where this team's at half court defensively, when you look at the Green Bay game and then look at tonight, what have you liked about what's going on defensively for you guys?
I feel that defense fuels our offense, and when we get going on defense, it works. We get stops, we hedge, we rebound sometimes. But I think it's big.
Hey, with Whitney being a little limited today, I mean, did you figure you have to log more minutes?
Definitely, especially, I felt like I had to play for her. Seriously, I'm missing my partner out there.
Sharon, did she tweak her knee at some point, and then did you had to mix the rotations a little bit? I know they're late in the game. You went with a pretty small lineup.
Well, I mean, we would mix it anyways a little bit, trying to use a few more post players, especially playing against a team that we did today, more guard at the 4, Alexis Rogers, being able to use Dee and Tori more defensively, but Lisa did a nice job. Yeah, I mean, when she twinked it, we just said everybody has to, when a player goes down, you just got to step up and play for your teammate. And it was pretty emotional. All our kids, rallied around it, and that's why we're a great team.
what's the status? I mean,
She's fine. I mean, I wouldn't have played her today. I mean, everything's clear. She just hyperextended it, but it was a major scare. And for her mentally, she just needed to get out and play a game. And if you've had a knee injury, KK can, talk about that. You want to get back out on the saddle and not make it a mental issue. So I was glad that she was willing and wanted to get out there. But we were keeping a good eye on her.
April, you had 7 rebounds all on the defensive end the other night. KK has 9 all on the defensive end. Just the way that the guards are rebounding right now, how much is that triggering your offense?
Well, as of late, we've been playing teams that shoot the three really well, so it's going to be a long rebounds for us guards to go get them. I think if we just box out and run, it'll boost our transition.
April, you looking forward to a couple days off now and going home?
I definitely am. Stuff myself a turkey.
Coach, you had more turnovers and field goals at halftime, and then after the break, you really came out strong offensively, had a nice little run to start the second half. Just what was the message at halftime, and how do you feel like your team responded opening the second half?
Well, we weren't playing our basketball the first half. I mean, we have played great defense, had 10 opportunities on a fast break and 5 were turnovers, and we didn't do anything. We just turned the ball over, whether it was a travel or a mishandle, and that's just not how we play. Talked about split and kick in, setting other players up, trusting each other. We're so much better when we share the ball, and we had 14 assists, and that always, and they get it. They're trying. They're just young kids, but but we have to continue to get better because in the Big Ten we can't have lulls. There's just no way you can do that.
Just to keep pushing the transition game, because their half-court defense was pretty good today, Bowling Green, but just to be able to continue to push, and you feel like that paid off in the second half with some threes in transition to open up the lead?
Well, I think, when we can push the basketball, we keep telling our kids that the other team's starting to get tired, they're starting to get tired and push. So on defensively, they'll get tired. And for us, we increase our conditioning if we keep pushing the basketball. But that's where it can really be deadly. You can put teams away, is if you can outrun them as much as possible, whether it's 3 or make layups. Because everybody gets tired in the game, so you just have to really find out when the opponent's getting real fatigued.
That's it. Thanks a lot.